Hello.
Yay!
Because we're too small with the banner. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. It is our final event of day 2 of our One Heart, One Earth Global Healing Celebration. And it totally has been a celebration. It's been super fun. Dallisa and I started the day with readings, and we're going to end the day with readings. And we are here with Marlena and Michele. And I think everyone here knows who we are, but we're still going to say who we are just because we have had over 400 new subscribers in the last week on Buddhist Biohacker YouTube, which is so exciting. So we're going to tell you guys who we are, what we do, and our YouTube channels so you can subscribe in very briefly. So I am Lisa Gunshore. I am a multi-generational psychic medium, an interdimensional trans channel, and Buddhist Biohacker YouTube is where you want to be. Go ahead, Michele.
Hi, I'm Michele Snelling. I'm an intuitive medium and an aromatherapist, and I have my own line of custom created essential oil and salt products. And I am so excited to be here today to do fun readings and to celebrate this amazing 1-year anniversary.
I love it. What's your YouTube channel?
Oh, I'm sorry. Michele Snelling. Michele with one L.
There you go. That's right. And Dallisa.
With one L. Oh, yeah. Michele with one L, but Snelling with 2 L's.
Yeah. A little confusing.
It's like, oh my God. I'm Dallisa. I'm a 5th generation psychic medium. I'm the CEO of Spirit and Spark. We connect individuals with quality practitioners all over the world. My YouTube channel is Spirit and Spark TV. And I think I'm like 40 people away from 10,000 on Instagram. So give me a follow at Spirit and Spark.
Yes, do
Congratulations.
it. Oh, and Marlena.
Hi, everyone. I'm Marlena. I am a tarot reader and personal mythology guide. I help people with readings and also for getting your own personal story back into check and really understanding the chapter of your life that you're in right now. So yeah, I do both readings and guidance with personal mythology. And my YouTube is Marlena-Islandwise, just like it's showing in this box right here. There.
Yay! All my favorite people. We're so excited. So definitely put your questions in the comments if you want us to answer a question. We're going to try to do our members first. Welcome to the members of Buddhist Biohacker YouTube channel. We also have new members with Spirit and Spark TV. If you want to know all about that, you can just go to our YouTube channel. You'll see a little box that says join, and we'll tell you all about it. But it's pretty fun, and we have special events that we have just for our members, which is pretty cool. If you don't have a question, but you want a message, you can put that in there as well. I know today I'm going to use my Beyond Lemuria cards. I'm feeling very spacey today with my cards. So that's what I'm going to use, and probably my clairvoyance. What about you ladies?
Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm going to use, this is an oldie but a goodie. It's Spirit of Avalon, Wisdom of the Avalon, sorry. And then the Enchanted Map. Those are 2 oldies but goodies. That's what I'm feeling like today. Like I just want to go to the tried and true so that, got it. We got it.
I love it. I've got 3 decks. And when it's my turn and I'll pick somebody from the chat box, I'll just tune in and see which deck. But I've got Power of Surrender, which I love. I have Messages from Your Spirit Guides, and my very first deck I ever owned, which is Daily Guidance from the Angels. You can tell it's like all messed up. You can't get these cards anymore. So
that was my first deck too, Dallisa.
Oh, wow. All right, so I'm using 2 decks. I'm using the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle deck, and I'm using my trusty Light Seers Tarot. So again, I'll just decide when I see the person, which one you feel more drawn to. Yeah.
I love it. Well, we want to talk a little bit about the matrix too while we're getting started, but should we figure out what order we're going in so that we can get messages pulled while we're chit-chatting also?
Yeah, I think we probably just go in the same order we just went in to keep it easy to remember. So folks tuning in, if you are in the comments and you're watching live, then we'll each take a turn. So you'll get any one of the four of us, and any one of us is going to be great. So you're in good hands today. And so one of us will deliver a message to you. So just start putting those comments in the live chat box for us. Yeah.
I love it. Well, and Dallisa had a really good share the other day. If you guys are getting hits for each other during the show, please share them also in the chat box for each other. I mean, we all have these gifts, so don't be afraid to share if you're getting something for someone else who's in the live chat. We love that too.
Yes.
That's great information, because I'm sure that happens all the time, and it's like we're all connected. So share away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had a lot of, yeah.
Oh, I was just
going to say we had a lot of comments. We're going to talk over each other. We had a lot of comments the other day with the mediumship event. And so when people were asking about loved ones, there were other people in the comments that were giving information as well. We'll probably stick to messages that can be on cards today so that we move through a lot more of that. We will do other mediumship type events, but you might get a mediumship event message today, but it'll likely be something more psychic related or energy related. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to start with Karen. So Karen, I'll take you. We'll just kind of go around the circle here so we all know who we're pulling for, and then we can pull in chat and whatever. All right. Do you guys know who you're pulling for? Am I frozen? Okay.
Yeah,
No,
your
you're not
Wi-Fi is going in and out, but we'll manage. We'll figure it out. So I think Lisa's going to take Karen, Michelle,
Gina.
Okay, it looks like Anita. So I'll take Anita then.
Oh, well, I didn't see okay. I'm sorry, I didn't see that Anita commented or asked for a card.
That's all right. I'll pick for Anita, and you're going to take Gina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. And then
I'll take Jennifer.
Okay.
Where do you see Jennifer?
Who's further down? I'm looking at the people who've asked for a reading.
Yeah, we're going on. Hopefully I'm back, but we're looking at questions so. Okay.
Yeah, Jennifer Bowers, and she's a member. So.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. So Karen, I pulled a card for you. You were just asking your most needed healing modality is what you were asking. And I love the card that pulled, because the card I pulled was the high heart chakra. And see, these are so pretty. There's a little bit of a glare from the sun, but the high heart chakra is all about love. The high heart is right at the thymus. That is the seat of the soul. And it's something that we focused on a lot in our full moon ceremonies. So the message is count everything in your life that you are grateful for. Think of all those you love and how that wonderful feeling radiates from your heart. Consider those you can forgive and extend that feeling out to them. Remember, we all just want to be loved and accepted. Expand your awareness and heart-centered radiance for all beings on the planet. Encapsulate Earth in loving compassion. Bask in the blissful feeling of the planet in its perfect balance, loving you back. And the color of the high heart is that turquoise, emerald, crystalline green. So when you talk about your most needed healing modality, I'm not quite sure what you meant by modality, if you were just talking about, but the high heart center is going to connect to more of Reiki, crystal healing, crystal bowls, more of the higher vibrational healing that comes from more of the etheric realms and the angelic realms, but it's also about forgiveness and love and compassion. So that is your message today, Karen.
Perfect. Michelle, do you want to go next with Gina?
Yes, I'd love to. Thank you. So Gina, I just pulled a card, kind of a general card for it, because you asked about specific people, and we're doing cards. And anyway, so the card that came in, what I was feeling before I pulled the card was just like, I literally saw that you need to put your hand on your heart center. So like not on your heart, but in the same place that Lisa was talking about the thymus, and to be remembered, to be reminded of who you are, divinity, your sacredness. And the card, so I saw that, then I pulled the card from the map deck, and it's Sacred Pool. Okay, so you really can't make this stuff up. And I want you to notice the number on it. It's 47. So that breaks down to 11, which is a really high vibrating number, but it just feels like you're working on stepping into your divinity, stepping into this, your sacredness. And it feels like you're having a little bit of an issue. So just be gentle with yourself and just remember that it's a process, and it's not so much that you have to learn about it. You just need to remember it. So I really want you to think about that, because you're feeling like you've got to learn, and more information is not always the best thing. So I hope that helps, Gina.
Beautiful. I'm taking Anita. Anita, so I just asked Spirit what you needed to hear today. And the first card I pulled was out of the angel deck, and it's the relationship card. This card for me signals relationship with yourself and relationship with other people. I think full moon energy this weekend is a lot about, interpersonal relationships, and how are you showing up, and how are you being kind to yourself? But then I was like, I wonder what else this relationship card is signaling for you. So I pulled two other ones from the surrender deck. Surrender to play, which is go have fun. Do something that makes you laugh. When you laugh and have fun, it raises your frequency, your vibration. So then you have clarity around your relationships. You'll know what to do with those. And the other one was surrender comparisons with other people. You're in a one-man race in this lifetime. So I think you needed the reminder, Anita, that you're not better than, less than anyone else. We're all collective and part of the same energy. So work on yourself first, and your relationships around you will then start to shift based off of that energy work that you're doing on yourself. So hopefully that's helpful.
Awesome. And so I pulled some cards for Jennifer. She wanted a reading, and I got a couple of ones. I got the World reversed, and then I also got Divine Discernment. And I feel like with these cards right now, what they're saying is that you're kind of in a place where you're at the precipice of going up into a new level, right? Of learning the lesson, closing the chapter, and moving forward. But there's just something within you where you feel like it's incomplete. You don't feel ready. It's like, you've got the graduation cap on, but you kind of feel like, do I deserve to be getting this, degree right now? Do I move forward? And it's really asking you in this case to lean into your intuition. This divine discernment is allowing yourself the space to really slow down and feel what you're feeling, instead of feeling guilty for not moving as quickly as you feel like maybe you should. If everyone else is saying, go girl, move faster, maybe you need to give yourself that little bit of space where it's like, yes, you are ready, but you also shouldn't be rushed. You know what I mean? It's like if everyone knows you're ready to dive off of the diving board, but it's still up to you to decide when you actually do make the jump, even if everybody knew you were going to be okay. So the mantra for this is, divine discernment lets me know when to go, when to stop, and when to drop into the space in between. And so right now I kind of feel like you're in that space in between, where it's just kind of like that buffering process where it's like you who needs to realize that you're ready to go. But that's a process you need to go through, and there's no need to rush it, but just know that when you're ready, the door is there. Like, the door is ready for you to go through. It's just up to you to figure out when you're ready to knock on it. So I hope that was helpful, Jennifer.
Love that. I love that.
I do too. I pulled for Burnett. Burnett's feeling a little bit in a funk. And Burnett, don't be in a funk. The card I pulled for you is Realm Bridger. I love this. Realm Bridger. She's so beautiful. And, the message of the card is very good. But as soon as I pulled this, it made me think of, when we build a bridge to something, right? So you're saying you're feeling in a funk, and what I feel is it's kind of like time for you to build a bridge to your creativity, to your spirituality, to your own community. Like, it feels like you've kind of siloed yourself a little bit, is my sense. Like, you're feeling a little bit separate from the people around you that really matter. The message of the card is, you are the pioneer of your life. The way forward may be in your dreams or visions. You might find it useful to do automatic writing or intuitive drawing to capture some of your more lucid information. Be creative. And it says, after all, the saying goes, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So you might be in a funk for that exact reason. One of my favorite things too is Stephen Covey always said, if you keep climbing the ladder, but the ladder is against the wrong wall, you're always going to end up at the wrong destination when you get to the top. So I think there's a real message for you. And I don't know if this is about it feels like it's about your work, and it feels like there's something for you that you're just not getting out of it, is my sense, but it could be your funk in general. But just remember, take the ladder, move it to a different wall, go to a different place, because you're just spinning your wheels. So hopefully that helps a little bit. All right, Michele.
Okay, so I guess I think, Dallisa, I have positively mystic mania because she's the.
Oh yeah, we'll take that one. So
okay.
yep, go ahead.
All right. So first thing I want to say is I'm going to address what she should do about the relationship moving forward. So I'm specifically asked about that and feel about that. So the first thing is, and if you guys can't tell by now, like, I get pictures and I see things immediately when I'm tuning in. So I always like to share those because I think visuals are important. But I saw you, positively mystic mania, drawing a line in the sand. And it was like, it started out kind of thin. And then as you were drawing it, the line got bigger. Like you're getting stronger in knowing that you need a boundary, and you're getting stronger in knowing what you need to do in the relationship. Okay. So I saw that. Then I pulled a card. So I pulled from the Wisdom of Avalon deck, and the card that I pulled is Death. Okay. So I want to be really clear. I do not feel that this card is about the relationship. I don't feel like this is saying that the relationship is dead or that it needs to die. I feel like what this is talking about is you're holding on to some parts of you that are needing to be let go so that you can become who you need to be, and not just within this relationship, but within all of your relationships. And if there were to be another relationship after this. So that's what needs to die, are those parts of you that you're like white knuckling, holding on to for dear life because you think it defines who you are or makes you something. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what that is. And then I pulled another card just because I thought, well, I want more clarity on that Death card. And so I pulled from the map deck, and it's Rock Bottom. Okay. And so to me, that goes right along with the Death. And that's a really kind of cool card, you can see, but goes right along with this Death card, in that you feel like you're at rock bottom and that you're at your wit's end. But in order to have those boundaries, like those clear boundaries right now, like I said, I see you drawing in the sand. It's very thin, but as you're going, it's getting thicker. In order to feel that strength and that fortitude and that awareness and that inner knowing, you really have to just be honest. And I see you also like writing or even talking into just videoing yourself or recording yourself and just saying like, what am I afraid? Why am I so afraid to let go of these parts of me? It's because I don't know what will come in, what might want to take that space, because that's the thing. Whenever we release, we're on a full moon, all about release, but we don't want to just release. We want to allow ourselves to be filled with what we let go of. So, you may not know what it is, but be open to exploring it. So I hope that helps.
Beautiful. I'm actually going to take Sharon Pomeranz, who was earlier in the comments. We just skipped over her. So Sharon, I actually pulled two cards for you. You asked about like life path, and interestingly enough, I pulled from two different decks and they basically say the same thing. You got surrender to non-action, which is about living in the questions. So my suggestion for you, Sharon, during this full moon and this weekend's energy is to really sit and ask yourself the questions that you are seeking answers to, because the answers will come, but it's from within you. And so if you're feeling, I'm sensing like frustration, right? And so if you're feeling frustrated because you don't know, what should I be doing? Maybe you're not feeling like you're exactly where you thought you'd be, or you'd have more clarity by now. It's okay, because you also got the Weasel. And the weasel, I'm going to read it to you. It says, be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. This would not be the weekend where I would say, hey, Sharon, go make all these major life decisions. Instead, I want you to sit with your intuition, with your feelings, perhaps journal. They're showing me my symbols for writing and journaling, and ask yourself these bigger questions, but give yourself permission to just have the questions and be okay not knowing how everything is going to happen and unfold specifically. It's releasing control, and it's taking that first step even when you can't see the entire staircase. So Sharon, get comfortable with not knowing all of the answers today, but know you have everything within you. So I trust that's helpful.
Awesome. I love that. So I've pulled for Abantika. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. She would love to know what spiritual gifts and abilities she has. She's been told that she has very strong energy, and I don't know, very curious. And let me tell you, the card that I got would lead me to say, yeah, you do. So you got the Eight of Wands reversed, which is, of course, like one of those really fast-moving, powerful, fiery, passionate energy cards in the tarot. But right now, the way that it's reversed is very interesting, because just from the way that you're asking the question, it's like you've been told before that you have powerful energy and that you may have abilities, but it's still kind of like you're asking permission about it. And that's part of why it's a little bit reversed in this case, because it's like they haven't really been fully unlocked yet, because they're kind of just like waiting for you to give them the go. But you don't need someone else to give you permission. They're there and they're revving. And it's really, when it comes to the Eight of Wands, it's that kind of powerful energy where it's like when you put those intentions out with that energy backing you, they're going to travel far. They're going to move quickly. They get things done. So it really is impactful. And that's why, even though right now you're unsure about it, people can see it, because they're that strong and impactful. And so the card that I got also for you was Eyes on the Prize. Trust in the guidance of your North Star. I'm sorry if I'm not holding these cards in the right place. It's so hard to find them. But here you go. Eyes on the prize. Trust in the guidance of your North Star. And listen to the mantra. When we're talking about the fact that this is reversed and you're kind of waiting for permission to get started with this immense power that you have backing you, the mantra is, I am connected with the celestial body of the universe. I have permission to shine at maximum wattage. And so it's really just giving yourself that space to go from having them, they're there, but they're contained, and kind of just taking the lampshade off and being like, here I am, shining bright. And they're really so ready to go that it's kind of like whichever arena you feel drawn to at the moment, it's really just going to pick up quickly when you start to look into that area. So it's like intuitively you're going to be led, because remember, eyes on the prize, and you are the star as well. So whichever area you go into with where you want to begin, it's going to develop quickly and naturally lead you closer down the road to where you want to be going. But yeah, you don't need permission, because they're already, they just want you to say, let's go. You're ready. Just press the gas.
I love it. So Christina K said she loves messages from the universe or loved ones on the other side. And the card I pulled for you, Christina K, is Star Seer. And when you ask, you shall receive, because you were asking about messages from the universe or loved ones on the other side. And, with this particular card and the energy that I feel around you, Christina, it really feels like this is about your star family. This is about, ultra terrestrial beings that are trying to contact you. And for some reason, I keep hearing Antares or Antares. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I know there's a star system of Antares, and it feels like that's coming through for you. And the message of this card is about trusting in yourself, believing in yourself. But I just want you to notice the thing that really jumped out to me is this little staircase right here with the star at the top. And so I feel like this is about an opening for you to connect with the Akashic records and to begin reading the Akashic records if you're not doing that already. So I feel like there's this connection, this galactic connection with this star energy, this Antares energy, but there's also coming through this deeper connection with the Akashic records and messages from there as well. So I would definitely dig into that.
Okay, I pulled for peace, love, and magic, and the anxiety and tense energy that she's feeling today. And I want to say that when I tune in, I feel like this has been there for a while. It's increased today, but this anxiety and intense energy, you've been feeling it for a while, and it feels like growing pains is what I keep that's what I keep tuning into. Feels like growing pains, like you've almost got something, like you're into small of a box, or you're trying to put yourself into this box that it's not going to work. And as you do that, you're making, you're kind of increasing the anxiety. So the card that I pulled for you is from the map deck, the Enchanted Map. And this is Wizard of Awareness. And I really want to show this card because it's really, it's really cool. Okay. Lots of colors.
I like it.
Yeah, it's such a gorgeous card. And I was so excited when I turned this card over for you, because this is one of my favorite cards, because it's got such a beautiful message when you are feeling in anxiety or you're feeling like you're being boxed in. And the basic premise of this card is you want to wear life and the world like a loose garment. So instead of having on jeans that are too tight that you feel like you can't really take a deep breath, you want to put your stretchy pants on. And you really want to just allow yourself to relax. And the one thing that I kept feeling is that you're having a difficulty being grounded and getting grounded and getting like clarity, just settling. And so whatever you can do, so, just sometimes even like when I started that first reading, I saw that the person putting their hand on their heart, that in and of itself can ground us in a few moments. So, but like, where are you feeling constricted? Where are you applying the constriction yourself? Because it's like, that's the thing with those tight jeans, we choose to wear those, right? But we want to wear it like a loose garment. So enjoy life. And that's the thing that I keep feeling. I'm sorry, but there's a lot coming through. But it's like you're at a great space, but it's like you're not letting yourself enjoy it. You've got your eyes 20 paces ahead. Bring them back. Bring them right here. Bring them present and trust. So hope that helps. Thank you.
It does. And I'm sitting here thinking, God, I talk to people all the time about surrendering, going with the flow. And all I had to say was stop trying to fit into your diet skinny jeans. Like, that's
Exactly.
it.
Yeah. That is not in the book for this card, by the way. I just want to tell everybody, like, I used to pull this card a lot for myself. And so I'm like, I need something. And it's like, that's what I was shown during meditation was, you're trying to force it. And we're supposed to be loose and relaxed and in love with life. And we're making it all, we're like laying on the bed, trying to get that button done up. So yeah,
I love it. Yeah, no, I love the analogy. I mean, I wear yoga pants all the time on Zoom. Nobody knows any different. I might not even have pants on at all right now. Okay.
There you go.
I'm taking Talia's intuitive messages. So Talia, I have to tell you, what I was hearing in my ear was that they want you to go next level. And I did pull a couple of cards that really back that up. But the energy is clear that they don't want you to play it small. And it does feel related to business. So interestingly, the dog card is that they want you to take a look at who you're giving time and energy to, and the people you are misdirecting your time and talents to. They want you to get really, really clear on who deserves to be in that inner circle with you, because some people around you don't deserve or need all the love and the gifts that you have right now. So be more conscientious about the people and the energy you keep company with, because I do think that once you get that cleared up, you're going to like really go a lot further with business. So get a little bit more particular and raise your standards a little bit. Okay. I love these two cards together. You got perfect timing. Remembering it's divine timing, it's not necessarily your timing. And whatever it is that's happening in your life right now, even if it feels like it's something that's off track, remember that everything is working for you and that you don't have to worry. It's all going to be just fine. If you find yourself in the energy of worry, it's usually associated because there's something you're tangled up in energetically. So maybe take a look at the cords that you're keeping with people, and where your mind, your thoughts are going back to the past, so you can let it go. And worrying about the future doesn't really do any positive things for you and your energy. So get focused on where you're going. And like Marlena said with that one card with the Northern Star, I want you to see the Northern Star of where you're going. Where do you want your business to go? And then kind of shed the things out that aren't aligning with that. And you're going to go like a rocket ship. So yay.
I love that. That sounds great. Talia is awesome, by the way. So
yay.
Yes. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to read for Danny B. She said she's getting great ideas every day on how to expand her business, but cannot focus on one. And I can totally relate. I get in the same space sometimes when inspiration knocks. It's very difficult to keep yourself pinned down and really intentional on one particular piece because they're all so exciting. But sometimes it's really important to look a little bit deeper and almost think of it a little bit like, this is a card that came up, but the Seven of Cups, right? Being aware of feeling like there's like a kid in a candy store, but also having the awareness that while all of these things are available to you, sometimes it's best to pick the one that is most available to you right now, and that can lead you to the other ones in the future. But let's get back to the cards I actually pulled for you. So you got Flip It Upside Down. And because, sometimes tarot cards just love to be sassy and in your face and want to say, I said what I said, you also got the Hanged Man, just in case you weren't clear about the whole taking a break and pausing and looking at it in another way. So Flip It Upside Down says, what's true in the ordinary world is flipped on its head in the extraordinary world of dreams and the heroic life of magic and miracles. In ordinary life, it's instinctual to run from things that scare you, but when you face those fears in a dream, you increase your personal power, right? So looking at the options you have now, you might be able to narrow down some of these choices that are, there's a word for it, when we're feeling very creative. Sometimes the whole planning can be a little bit of procrastination, and asking yourself how many of these ideas are actually ideas to keep you busy away from the one idea that you love but you're afraid of, right? So taking that pause to slow down and say, in this uncomfortable space, what can I learn? What can I learn from this feeling of not knowing what to choose and to pin down? Because and not feeling rushed to choose one right away. Sometimes it's because, maybe next week you're going to get a text from someone that is going to be like, oh, that's totally in alignment with that idea. And that's why I couldn't figure out which one to pin down on the weekend, because if I had done this, then I wouldn't be available to do that. And that's the road that's meant for me. And so when you look at this Light Seers Hanged Man card, can you see there's almost like a little pause button in the corner?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So really allowing yourself to slow down and analyze the way that you're making these choices. So it says, when a problem comes along, I must flip it. When I'm upside down, I'm right side up. So right now you're feeling like the fact that you can't focus on one is an issue that's holding you back. But it could just be that the space that you're in right now is purposefully brainstorming space. And so you might end up coming across someone that's like, pitch me some of your ideas. What are your ideas? And sometimes it's better, the phrase, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Sometimes people want to hear, okay, well, that sounds fun, but, that's not exactly perfect for my business. What else do you have? And that availability of what else do I have is really going to help move you forward. And when the time comes for you to realize which one is the right choice, it's going to make itself clear. So don't feel pressured to be in an uncomfortable space and be like, okay, I got to write myself and pick one right now. You don't need to do that. Just trust in this space of creativity and get as much of it as you can, right? Because not everyone has these creative windows that last so long. So milk it and trust that when the time comes that it's going to become clearer for which road to go down, that you'll know and you'll be able to pick that one. And also that choosing one doesn't mean you can't have the others. It's just focusing on one right now. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, Danny.
Love it. All right. I pulled a card for Superpower Consulting. So, hi, Heather. And I love, love, love this card for you. The card is Journey to Wholeness. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh my God. I love her. The card number is 33. So, you can't get much better than that angel number. But what I love about this and what really stood out to me for you, Superpower Consulting, is this beautiful star above her head. And I really feel like this is speaking to you, really beginning to not just connect, but actually own your higher self, trusting the wisdom that's coming through you, understanding what your higher path is here in your life. And she's just full of rainbows and light and just this beautiful energy. It's like journey to wholeness. It feels like you've made it, like you're coming into it. You've been through the crashes and the turmoil and the destruction and all those things. And now you're coming into this beautiful space of wholeness where you can actually just be you and pour out all of this beautiful, bright colored energy that's just coming. I mean, it's just pouring out of her heart. You know, that you have all this incredible energy that's just flowing right out of your heart space, right out into the world. So I feel like you're getting ready, instead of feeling depleted and drugged down, it feels like you're going to start to feel whole, and like this overflow of energy is just expanding out of you so that you have so much more to give. The card itself says this card is about loving yourself and others from a sense of wholeness exactly as you are right now. It is only from this space that healing can take place. We may find ourselves in relationships where we see great potential. We may have concepts of others that are not really who they are due to our ideals. We could have the idea that we will feel better about ourselves when we achieve a goal, or that success will make everything better. Unfortunately, this takes us out of the present and makes our love conditional. To be a healer, transcend the perspective that the being in front of you, or whatever it is, entity, needs to be fixed. Instead, hold the vision that everything is perfect as it is. And from this place, they can heal themselves through the transformative power of acceptance. Acknowledge the full spectrum of a picture, bring any fractured parts back to the present moment. And in this place, we are whole, and thus have the power to step into the brightest version of ourselves. So that is so awesome. I would say you're definitely moving through an energy, and as it releases, I think you're going to feel just this massive expansion. I couldn't ask for a better card for you. So just really, really fabulous. Love.
That is so awesome. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I pulled for Erica. And so, Erica, I pulled from the Wisdom of Avalon. And the card that I got for you is the Dragon. And the word that came to me the moment that I turned the card over was joy. And, whenever I pull a card that's like a dragon or something like magical like that, I'm always thinking about our magical selves and how important that aspect of ourselves is to bring into our daily lives and to just kind of weave it in where we can. And the thing is joy for you. Like, I feel like that's the key word. Like, I don't know if you have a word for 2021, but I feel like joy needs to be somewhere there, that needs to be like the compass. That's your north, joy. When you're finding your joy, that's where you're vibrating really high. When you are in joy, that's when you feel alive. That's when you feel most yourself. And that's really what this card is about, is, the card is about strength and power. And that comes from joy for you. The other thing that just flashed before me was, I don't know if you write, or like, I actually saw, like, I don't know if it's children's books, but it's a smaller book and then illustrating. So I don't know if you do stuff like that, Erica, but that's what I saw. And that might just be like what your passion is, like drawing or illustrating and writing little stories. Doesn't matter if you do it just for you right now. Like, it's just about finding the joy and finding the thing that brings you joy, and not from a perfectionistic standpoint, which I feel you can have some tendencies towards, but just fun, just playful and pure joy. So the more you can connect to your joy, the stronger and more personal power you're going to have. So thank you, Erica.
Awesome. Anita, just a quick note. We pulled for you at the very beginning of the broadcast. So if you happen to step away or you missed it, just rewatch the video and your message will be there. So I pulled cards for Kara. So Kara, interesting. So you got the penguin. The penguin card is actually about acknowledging the challenges that you've been through, but not being held in the energy of the challenge. Instead, knowing that you're moving through it, that you're stepping forward, that it isn't anything that's going to hold you back anymore. And so I pulled a couple more cards because I was curious of what this penguin was bringing with him. And I got surrender fear, that there's nothing to worry about, that everything is working for you. I'm going to I feel called to read this message. It says, let go of the fearful stories you're telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. And then the third card that came forward was the heart chakra. And it's funny, it jumped out of the deck when Lisa was talking about the heart chakra for the person that she was reading for. This card leapt out and it was on the floor. And I'm like, well, isn't that just perfect timing? So the message for you as well, Kara, is that your heart is going to lead the way for you. So make sure that you're getting enough sleep, rest, self-care, you're focusing on your breath, you're closing your eyes, that you're taking your time out for you. I'm also hearing for you that it's going to be important to have some kind of change in scenery. So whether that's taking a walk someplace new or a physical move, I do feel like there's going to be a change in scenery coming around you, but not to fear, it's going to be fantastic. Your heart will lead the way, not to cause any more worry or concerns, but it feels like you're really starting to emerge into a beautiful gold-centered light. So keep going forward, okay?
That is so cool, Dallisa, because I had pulled a card for Kara because I didn't realize we'd read for Anita already, but it's the same as what you were saying. She got North Star, and you were just talking about that gold light, and look at that, right? And it's almost the same message as the penguin. It was basically saying you are being shown a way out of no way. Just when you thought your back was against a wall, you're discovering an internal light that illuminates infinite possibilities. So there you go. That looks good for you, Kara. Okay, but I also pulled for Susan, and she got, for this you were born. Foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension. So this is a really interesting card where, especially right now where it's a full moon, lots of high energy, this would be a great time to be thinking about your purpose and intention, even if you're not, even if you're intimidated by thinking of greater purpose, right? It's kind of like when you ask a teenager, what's your 5-year plan? They kind of, they go pale. You ask someone what's their purpose, and some people have that kind of reaction as well. So if you're in that space where it just makes you nervous, starting with just basic intentions, right? Aligning with what you feel you can bring to this space in this life. And so the message is you are alive with infinite possibilities. Every cell of your body sings and shouts a full throttle yes to life. Before you were born, you had a reason, a strong desire for wanting to experience the human realm. You joyously raised your hand and stood on your tippy toes to volunteer to partake. Your soul smiled wildly as you traveled from the angelic realm, where all is love, whole and perfect, into the realm of humanity. Through the challenges that come your way, remember all you need to do is ask, and you will be instantly refueled by love and support from your soul family. They are always at the ready. Your job is to remember to remember. As you awaken each morning, revisit your passionate intention for this lifetime. Remind yourself, for this I was born. Gather your energy, creativity, talent, and will, so no part is left behind as you cross a new threshold of adventure. The dream symbol is baby, and the mantra is, vulnerability is one of my greatest strengths. So if you're kind of finding yourself in a transitional phase right now where you're just awakening to this aspect of yourself or your spiritual journey, and maybe you feel a little bit behind, the stage that this is associated with when it comes to the hero's journey is crossing the threshold. So you are just where you're meant to be right now. Like, you're still in this transitional phase, and that's where you're meant to be. You can allow yourself to be the young soul and the baby of the group, and just be that sponge who's learning everything that they can and just giving as much light and love, like, you know, the purity of a baby's laughter, just going through life with that kind of, you know, energy within yourself. And so that's really what's coming through for you today, is if you've been feeling a little anxious or a little dark, that this is a transitional phase. So giving yourself that space to breathe and trusting that this is part of your purpose and that you're going to come through the other side. And that all it takes is going to be just a little bit of recalibration if you don't really have an idea quite yet what the purpose is. It's there, and it's just having that quiet space and that rebirth, if you will, since the baby symbols are all over this card. So there you go, Susan.
So Lisa, did you see the question from Lori?
I did. And so I pulled
Okay.
for Sarah, and I actually read Lori in our segment this morning on that
Okay.
question. So I'm gonna let one of you guys take it, but thank you, Lori, for your donation. I really appreciate it. You guys can absolutely donate to any of us here on YouTube. It's just a little button there in the live chat. So if one of you ladies wants to grab Lori's question, just because I had already given her kind of what I had around that, but I pulled for Sarah. Sarah was kind of also feeling a bit down and wondering what's going on over the next couple of months. And the card that I pulled for you is Starseed Elemental. Sorry, the sun. There we go. So cute, so cute. And you know what's interesting is this whole card is about children. So I feel a few things. One, I feel like really turning your attention to your children and your grandchildren, especially, so that you can kind of play and have fun. But this card is also about your inner child. So it's really about, you know, having fun and being spontaneous and being playful. You've had such a large amount of serious stuff that has been going on. And so this is about lightening up. Really, it is. It's about being playful. Elementals are all playful. All of them love sparkly things. And, you know, I like go to like a hobby store and get some like glitter and some paint and make something sparkly and fun, or make your own jewelry. Do something that just gives you some joy and some light and some hope and makes you laugh, you know, and get excited. So, you know, really, when we talk about the next few months, it looks like it's very focused on children, which could be heavy if you're focused on your own children or your grandchildren and there's stuff going on and you're babysitting or you're helping out or whatever you're doing. So remember to have fun with those kids, play with Play-Doh, you know, color in the coloring books, do things that are creative and fun, because that is really going to be where you want to turn your attention to so that you can lighten your energy field. So that's what I got for you.
Cool. Michelle, do you want to take Lori or do you want to take somebody else?
You know what? I didn't see Lori's question, and I pulled for Nicola or Nicola. Okay. I'm not sure. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So was asking about her ancestors and didn't think she would get a pleasant message, but she's afraid she has a complicated relationship with them. And so I first pulled a card that could represent the relationship that she has with them, because first of all, my personal feeling, and this is my opinion, anytime we feel like we've got a complicated relationship with anyone in spirit or a spiritual entity of any kind, it's our human that's getting in the way, because there really is nothing that would complicate it from their side ever, because it's just energy. So that's the first thing I want to say. So the card that I pulled regarding that, you are afraid you have a complicated relationship, is from the Enchanted Map, and it's Magical Map Shifter. Okay. And this card is all about that spirit orchestrates our life, and that as long as we are open and aware and willing, it's like we just need to follow along. It's like we just need to be present to hear the notes and to understand where we're being led. It's not complicated. So that's my first thing, is let go of that idea that it is complicated or that it has to be complicated. The other thing that keeps coming to me with that is, you know, us as humans dealing with the spiritual realm can be a little tricky because we have free will. So if we really want to have connection with, you know, energy, spiritual energy, whatever it is that we want, you know, extraterrestrials, all that, we have to invite them in. I mean, we have to be open to it. We literally have to say, I'm open to this. And so, especially as adults, because we learn to shut it off and we learn to be really afraid. So you want to do your part. You got to do your work. It's not just on them to come to you. You've got to be open. You've got to be willing to see the messages. You've got to be willing to hear whatever the case is. Okay. Then I pulled another card, just asking your ancestors if they had a message for you. And this is, again, map. I just felt I needed to pull from map. And it's the same card I pulled, the first card I pulled today, Sacred Pool. Okay. So their message to you is, you are sacred. You are divine. Like, I don't know what you're worried about, that they have anything bad to tell you or that you need to hear something bad, but remember your divinity. Remember who you are, that we're all connected in this, and that we're all sacred. So I hope that helps, but be in the symphony a little bit. And I really do feel like, literally, like music, symphony, orchestra, those kinds of music will help you to remember who you are. So, because it's not about learning, it's remembering. So.
Beautiful. I'm going to take Lori. So Lori was asking about what her business and her relationship looked like for like the month ahead. And so I just put them together into one question, and I said, okay, universe, what does Lori need to know about work and relationship stuff that's going to help unlock and move things forward? And so I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. We started off with the card Surrender, Low Self-Esteem. And as I pulled this card, Lori, I heard in my ear for you to tell you to raise your standards and to not settle for less. And get clear about what it is that you deserve. Because as I look at relationship stuff, and I don't even remember what Lisa said this morning, because we did so many readings, but I'm seeing this like imagery of getting really clear about what it is you deserve and then manifesting from that point, because you did get the law of attraction card, which is that you can manifest anything, but remember, in relationships, you're going to manifest what it is that you are. And so if you're looking for somebody who is a great communicator, then you need to make sure that you're communicating from a place of heart and vulnerability. Then I asked for more clarity, and it said, these are the two cards that came forward: surrender to silence and surrender to non-action. This is like, get really clear on who you are and what you're manifesting and get out of the way. I would recommend, Lori, letting go of any kind of controlling thoughts or behaviors of how things have to be. And instead, going back to that law of attraction card, I want you to get really, really clear on what it is you want to manifest and then work towards those steps to getting that. And they said, basically, have a sense of humor about life. You got the Road Runner, and it says, keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. So I'm hearing to tell you, Lori, lighten up. Lighten up. If things need to be adjusted in your relationship, adjust them. If it ends up that the person that you are manifesting is not in alignment with what you're in right now, that's okay too. But it needs to be two people working together to achieve the relationship goals. So with business, you can have whatever it is you want, but you have to remember, you're only going to bring in the level of success that you actually feel that you are worthy of receiving. So it all starts and ends with you. Lisa, did that match what you said earlier?
I think, well, yeah, she was the one who had the communication co-creation.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I was
Lori.
rooting a creeper out of a Jadakasha. So we know we've made it when we have a creeper. So just so you guys know, it's all under control now.
Oh my God. Okay, Marlena, where are you going?
Okay, so Michelle was asking a mediumship question. So I don't know if you want to take that one, Lisa, if you guys are doing mediumship readings. But I'm going to read Nina B, who's just after Michelle.
Okay.
Okay. So Nina, I pulled a couple of cards for you. The first one, you were saying you'd love a message if anything comes up. You got the Four of Swords. And I think that, it's great that it's the weekend, because it's suggesting that this weekend you really take that time to kind of nest and recharge and be gentle with yourself. Don't be afraid to lay out boundaries this weekend. Like you can see how she's nesting in this nest, but she also kind of has these spikes that are going out that are a little bit protective. And while, we don't want to always be someone who's keeping people away, there is a time that comes for putting up the do not disturb sign, putting the phone on silent, telling people, I'm going to stay in this weekend. I need some sleep. I need some me time. Love you, but I don't have the capacity this weekend. And so it's kind of telling you that take the time this weekend to be delicate with yourself and prioritize your needs and your recharging over pleasing other people or being constantly available to other people. Don't be afraid to be kind of elusive this weekend, because you kind of need this time to recharge. And the other card you got was the 10 of Cups. So it's really allowing yourself this time to pause, to, put the swords down if you've kind of been in a space of either in active conflict with someone else or just mental conflict. If you've been kind of hustling, which is, I don't like hustle. It's not healthy or sustainable. Allow yourself, give yourself permission to just take the break and be in fetal position. That helps us. It really does. And again, just letting yourself focus on recharging this weekend. And you'll find that you feel so much better for it. That's where the 10 of Cups will come out on the other side, where you're just feeling a lot more grateful for what's going on. Instead of feeling overwhelming, it's just more gratitude because you can handle it, because you have the capacity, because you've taken the break. Because it's not okay to expect yourself to just constantly be running on, 1% in airplane mode. You're not a machine. There is time to slow down, and it does pay off. Even if at the time you feel guilty, don't feel guilty for taking the break. Enjoy it and trust that emotional fulfillment is going to come out on the other side.
Thank you, Marlena. And you guys, we are at an hour. And there are still so many questions. So here's what I'm going to suggest to all of you guys here who are part of this. I'm going to suggest a few things. So one, if you are not in the Ajatakasha app, you can download it. It's coming across the screen telling you how to do it. Free community, free to download. Go on in. Okay, so that's number one. If you're already in there, you're already in. Michele, Dallisa, Marlena, and I are all in the app. We all have the ability to live stream. And I'm thinking, if you guys are open to it, that all four of us can pop on in the next 24 to 48 hours and do a live. And you guys can join and continue to ask your questions. We can just support you for fun through this weekend if you ladies are down.
Absolutely.
And then okay, perfect. So we can do that. So we can all just individually pop up. We don't have the ability to stream together in there, which is a bummer, but I'm working on the back end on that. But for now, we can all just pop in and pull some cards for some of you guys so we can keep this going. So that's number one. Number two, don't worry. We're going to do this again, and we do this often. And we have another one coming up for mediumship on Dallisa's channel. And Marlena and I do Tarot Tuesday, and Michele and I do our Truth Refined show. So we'll find ways to keep this going. But you also can connect with us. And this is something that we do for our jobs, all four of us. This is our jobs and our life and what we do. So I just want to share, and then we'll go in a circle and you guys can share how they can connect with you and how they can work with you as well. So for everybody who is connected to me, I have the Indigo membership. It's $29.99 a month. Doesn't matter where you join it, whether you join it on YouTube, whether you join it on the website, or whether you join it in the app. However, if you join in the app, $29.99 a month is your premium content. So there's ad-free content in the app. But the most important thing is that is all access events for me. I do Seeker Circle twice a month, where I do live readings for the entire group that's in the circle. It's really beautiful. I'm going to be adding some other calls. We have Teens Edition Seeker Circle that's starting in April. I do space circles here on YouTube for members on YouTube. So that's available and accessible as well. And there's going to be some other things coming out like yoga and some other ways that I can support you. I do have a wait list. I won't be open until June 1st. So you can absolutely join that. And my website is lisamgunshore.com. So Michele, I'll hand it off to you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Okay, so I do individual readings, group readings, mediumship, coaching, whatever, intuitive counseling, I call it. You can reach me at michelesnelling.com, Michele with one L, Snelling with two, or you can email me, Michele at michelesnelling.com. And I also do free consultations for products where I can connect you with the products that you need for where you are right now, the perfect products, so that you're not guessing. There's no guesswork involved. And then you get a beautiful personalized script of how to use everything. So there's no guesswork with that either. So love to work with you. Thank you.
Beautiful. I am Dallisa, Spirit and Spark TV on YouTube. We have a tarot card free event coming up on Friday with Jasmine. So we're going to be doing that. So just go ahead and subscribe over at Spirit and Spark TV, and you'll be notified when we go live. I have a Spark Plug membership group, $25 a month. And if you're into this kind of stuff, you get a bunch of gifts and offers and freebies and stuff like that. So spiritandspark.com is where to find all of the information, and my practitioner team. They're awesome. So it was fun doing this with everybody today. Thanks for tuning in to our viewers and to my co-hosts.
Sorry, I was trying to find the unmute button. All right, so you can find me in a couple of places. If you would like to have a live reading, you can find me on my website, islandwisetarot.com/book-me. I've put it in the comments. I think it should be there. And if you'd rather have a same-day recorded reading, I also do that through Etsy, and my Etsy shop name is Island Wise Tarot. So whichever way, if you'd rather have a live reading, or if you're a busy person but you'd like the insight and you want it relatively quickly, you can go through Etsy, and you'll still have that in-person feeling because it's a video. But yeah, and then of course, if you ever want to reach out, you can message me on Instagram. I haven't been posting much, but I have been there. And you can always contact me here on my YouTube channel, Marlena-Islandwise. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Thank you, Michele and Dallisa and Marlena. This has been so good. And Dallisa and I are going to need like a hot tub break after this because we've been reading all day. So thank you. And thank you to everybody who joined. One quick announcement is the next event is at 9 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow morning, our full moon ceremony. I will be live here on YouTube for the full moon ceremony, as well as live at the same time in Ajatakasha. So I do the full and new moon ceremonies every month to honor our moon cycles. Tomorrow, we're going to do a very special Tonglen practice, which is a Tibetan practice of compassion for the victims of the shootings, the tornadoes, the floods, COVID, whatever, and whoever. There's so many people that have left the earth in the last few weeks and months and year and everything. So we're going to be starting that full moon ceremony at 9 a.m. Mountain Time sharp. Go ahead and bring a candle with you if you want to light a candle for any of the victims or their families. We're going to go through a Tonglen ceremony, and then I have a very special activation for us that we'll do tomorrow morning. So please join me at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Again, that's 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And then we go right into our programming for tomorrow, which is great. Ooh, I don't like that word, but our event schedule tomorrow. I'm like, I don't like that programming word. But yeah, so somebody from PBS just took my body over. Hurry, run. Oh my gosh. And again, it's oneheartoneearth.net. Don't forget, all of these ladies here are giving away awesome prizes as part of this. And all four of us will see you in the app. We'll pop in when it's convenient for us and do a live and do some more readings for you guys as well. So thank you so much. And I will see everyone in Ajatakasha. I love you, ladies. And I love everybody watching. Bye.
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 Bye.